12 Strong is not quite in theaters yet. That's 8-9 days. I got to see a special screening. But 12 Strong, I got to see, and it follows the story of the 1st Special Force Unit as post 9/11. They are sent to Afghanistan to basically try and take care of the situation, which I will not spoil because I didn't really know the story going into this film, which I like in terms of based on true stories because then I am more surprised. So all I will really say is the cast. That's Chris Hemsworth, Michael Shannon, Michael Pena, William Fichtner. It's a good cast, and that's one of the things that kind of drew me to this film was the cast, as well as, hey, it's an early screening. And I think the cast is probably the strongest point to this film. It's the vocal point. You recognize the cast, and therefore you're able to try and relate to them. I also think that the messages, the film's heart is in the right place. Patriotism, trying to fight back when someone's trying to basically take your home and attacks it. That's honorable. Unfortunately, though, those are really the only positives I can think of with this film because everything else is a catastrophe. I will start with yes, the cast is good, and with what they have to do. Yeah, sure, it's good. But the problem is, this film, the character motivations and character development is very poor. Awful. There are 12 people, and the story tries to focus on 3. But even those 3 people really don't get that much development. Stuff to really show them as not just cookie-cutter war characters that have been through a lot of cliches. That's the biggest thing with this film. It's just utterly cliched, and I've seen war films like this so many times before that have been done better. This film was no Black Hawk Down. Black Hawk Down, yeah, the character development was lacking, but it was able to make up for it with its stellar action, its stellar cinematography, stellar score, stellar pacing. Just everything worked but the character development. Unfortunately, with this film, all those things I mentioned that Black Hawk Down excelled at, this film did not. The cinematography looked very dull, and I'm able to appreciate some films with dull cinematography because that's an artistic merit. But the thing is with this film, in being dull, it just made you want to fall asleep when instead you're supposed to be really engaged with what's going on. The music is also way too arousing. It's like be patriotic, and it's be energized by this scene. And it's dude, we can see through your score. It's not good. The action is also it's an art film, but the action felt PG-13. A lot of shooting, and there just wasn't that many stakes. You knew what was going to happen. And again, I didn't really know what was going to happen going into the film, but right away I was able to pick up what was going to happen and whatnot. And that's a shame of it all. I understand it's based on a true story, but again, you can just tell by the writing that this film just... And I'm surprised, too, because Ted Talley, he's a gifted writer. He wrote Silence of the Lambs, one of my all-time favorites. And his writing here it was not good. It was very weak and cliche. And that's probably my biggest thing about this film. It's weak and cliched. I can understand why some people might like it because, again, it is a very patriotic film. And in today's world, for some people, that's helpful. But for me personally, I thought 12 Strong was, again, weak and overall not a good film at all. For me personally, 12 Strong, I'll be giving a 1.5 out of 5-star rating. I really did not like this film. I was glad I got to see an early screening, though, because now I can see other films, such as Call Me By Your Name and Phantom Thread, which, But anyways, 12 Strong, guys. If you have seen an early screening of it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And when this reaches wide release, for other people that see this review, let me know your thoughts. And again, it's fine if you like this film. Everyone has different opinions. For me personally, I just didn't like it. And, to each in his own. That's what I always say. But again, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And again, catch you guys later.